e o mai kuani le ilo ke o maui I mana ia me ke aloha Malia iho I ka haupuapua iho The beautiful thing about that song, Pohaiki Aloha, is it talks about the love of family and how love is piercing. And love is piercing in a way sometimes like a flower that is strung by a needle into something beautiful. So love can sometimes be piercing, and yet in the final verse, it reminds us to be soothed with the memories of just the love that was shared between us. So wonderful, wonderful thoughts on this May Day. Let's do one more song before we begin, and this one is super fun. So He Nani Ka'ala, it talks about a journey. So we're going from Ka'ala, which is the highest mountain up on the Waianae Range, and yet from this high mountain on the west side, we're going to go through Nu'uanu. We're going from Kailua, Kane'ohe, all the way up to, to Waikane, but we added one more stop. We're going to stop in Ka'aava for a certain Kane Kolohe, a mischievous friend that lives up in Ka'aava. So let's do He Nani Ka'ala, Aoya. Here we go. Hanaho. Hey, Nani. Hey, Nani Ka'ala, lai, la, lai, lai. Kuahiwi nani oe, lai, la, lai, lai. Hey, Nani Ka'ala, lai, la, lai, lai. Kuahiwi nani oe, lai, la, lai, lai. Yeehaw. Nu'uanu. Inu'uanu au, lai, la, lai, lai. Kamagani ku'olau, lai, la, lai, lai. Inu'uanu au, lai, la, lai, lai. Kamagani ku'olau. And on to Kailua, Aoya, I Kailua ao, lai la lai lai, huki mai ka ulua, lai la lai lai, I Kailua ao, lai la lai lai, huki a ka ulua, lai la lai lai. And up the coast to Kane'ohe, I Kane'ohe ao, lai la lai lai, I ka ohe kaulana, lai la lai lai, I Kane'ohe ao, lai la lai lai, I ka ohe kaulana. Okay, hey ya, lai la lai lai, eya eke aloha, lai la lai lai, lai la lai lai, eya eke aloha, lai la lai lai. And on to Waiahole, I Waiahole ao, lai la lai lai, he kanaka ki hole, lai la lai lai, I Waiahole ao, lai la lai lai, he kanaka ki hole, lai la lai lai. That's a hard working kane. Okay, I Waikane ao, lai la lai lai, he kane hana nui, lai la lai lai, I Waikane ao, lai la lai lai, he kane hana nui, lai la lai lai. And on to Ka'aava, I Ka'aava ao, lai la lai lai, he kane kolohe, lai la lai lai, I Ka'aava ao, lai la lai lai, he kane kolohe, lai la lai lai. Okay, ha'ina, ha'ina Ka'ala, lai la lai lai, kuahiwi nani oe, lai la lai lai, ha'ina Ka'ala, lai la lai lai, kuahiwi nani oe, lai la lai lai. Yeehaw. Mai ka'i, oya. So we are just about to begin, everyone. Okay, so we are here today to celebrate Lei Day, and to me, leis are symbols of so many things. Leis are symbols of love, symbols of connection, particularly between family. The children are considered he lei poina ole, an unforgettable lei he keiki as a child. And often we call children or grandchildren the lei of their grandparents, because if you imagine picking up a little keiki, putting them on your shoulder, and the legs that hang down, yeah, shoulders, keiki on the shoulders, the legs hanging down, those represent the living lei of the grandparents. So I think that to celebrate and to spend time just admiring leis is such a uniquely Hawaiian thing, and I'm so glad that you're here together with me today. I'm going to begin formally opening with a chant, Ano ai ke velina, and Ano ai is a greeting. Velina is also a greeting, and aloha is a greeting. So I like to think of this as a threefold greeting. I'm going to do the same chant three times for Oahu, which is where we are joining you from. I'm going to do the chant a second time for Kauai, way on one end of the island chain, and then the third time honoring Mauna Kea, the tallest mountain on the island of Hawaii. You're going to actually get to hear this chant a fourth time when we have a little bit of a share from our kahiko class. But to begin, just have a nice seat, sit up nice and tall, take deep breaths, and just know that I am extending my most fervent welcome and aloha to each and every one of you and your ohana. So ano ai pa. Ano ai ke velina aloha e ka ala nani e. Ala kupu kupu ka palai, ka mai lehi ka le aloha. Aloha e, aloha e, aloha e ka ala I ka la Ano ai ke velina aloha e ka wai nani e. Ala kupu kupu ka mokihana, malila huli I ka le aloha. Aloha e, aloha e, aloha e ka wai I ka la Ano ai ke velina aloha e, aloha Mauna Kea nani e. Ala kupu kupu ke kupaoa, ka mamane I ka le aloha. Aloha e, aloha e, aloha Mauna Kea I ka la Aloha mai kako. Aloha to everyone. So we're going to begin today's program with kind of a flashback from last year in 2020. We had our first opportunity to join together in a virtual way to share hula. Now, we typically, as a halau, go to the island of Kauai to celebrate the Emalani Festival. And this was the first year that we weren't able to join in person. And so, because we had been meeting on Zoom, I managed to, like a lei, get footage of all of the haumana dancing in Zoom all across the world and strung them together very much like a lei into Hele no Emalani, a chant or a hula performance honoring Queen Emma. So come with me to the island of Kauai and enjoy our kahiko performance for Emalani. Okay, we're just syncing up. That'll just be a moment. I was really fortunate to start going to Kauai when I was probably about 10 years old and was able to go pretty much every year until 2020. And so going every year when I was 10 and 11 and 12 and when I was a teenager, when I was a young adult, was very much a lei of love. So I think we're all good. Let's enjoy our performance for Queen Emma. Resilience is at the heart of the Hawaiian experience. He a'ali'i kumakani teaches us to be upright and flexible, moving with the wind, and adapting to change as it comes. When Prince Alexander Liholiho was just 19 years old, he witnessed firsthand the devastating effects of the smallpox epidemics of 1853 and 1854. A memorial for those lost can be found tucked away at the end of a small, quiet lane in Honolulu. It is said that over 1,000 are laid to rest here. Our hula honors both Liholiho and Emalani and the founding of Queen's Hospital in 1860. We shared this hula at last year's Emalani Festival, having no idea what was to unfold with COVID-19 this year. As with epidemics of the past, Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders have been deeply affected. Safeguarding the health and well-being of our community remains the highest priority. He ike loa ka ke aloha, e o na lani liholiho a Emalani. Ho'oma kaukau. Anoa ike velina aloha e, aloha Emalani nani e, ala kupu kupu ka mokihana, malela huli I kale aloha, aloha e, aloha e, aloha Emalani ikalai e. Ai, hiki mai e ka lā makahikina. Hiki mai e ka lā makahikina. Ke pi'ia e la Yohana ka ulua. Kaikina ka lā makumukahi. Ka velo na ka lā ka wile hua. E ho'oipo ana me hae. Me na wahine noho ka hakai. E ka'i mai ana e ka'i mai ana. E noho I ka hale ohana ka ulua. Aina ia mai ana ka puana. O buka e ka lā makahikina. Hai ala e ha. Ho'oma kaukau. Ai, he ike loa ka ke aloha. Lale. He ike loa ka ke aloha. He ike loa ka ke aloha. No ka hale mai o ka wahine ali'i. He ike loa ka ke aloha. He ike loa ka ke aloha. No ka hale mai o ka wahine ali'i. Ai ke ola I mana mana. Ai ke ola I mana mana. Ka aina ka ola na ka pa'akea. Ai ke ola I mana mana. Ai ke ola I mana mana. Ka aina ka ola na ka pa'akea. Puana ke aloha I ka ho'olako. Puana ke aloha I ka ho'olako. Maki ka uoha na awali'i. Puana ke aloha I ka ho'olako. Puana ke aloha I ka ho'olako. Maki ka uoha na awali'i. Ahe ka ano, nalani liho liho, a emalani. Ho'i. Ho'i. Ho'i e, ho'i la, ho'i e kau hue, I kau kale hua o hula manue. Ona ona I ke alala ua ke kupu kupu, upua e ke aloha noho puno I kani o ae ae ha. Hei noa no, nalani liho liho, a emalani. Aloha e, aloha e, aloha e. Oh, mai ka'i, just having the opportunity to dance together, even though we're so far apart, was really, I think, one of the most amazing things to come out of this time of the pandemic. And let's actually, since we're celebrating hula and music, I'm going to invite anybody who would like to join in a warm-up, whether you've danced hula with me, or if you dance hula, or if you just want to follow along. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of a warm-up, because as we go through all of the different videos, you're welcome to dance along with me. So feet side by side, let's just warm up a moment. All right, taking a deep breath in and exhale. Good. Let's shake out one leg and then the other. And let's be sure to warm up the knees, bending down and up. Ilalo, iluna, ilalo, iluna, mai ka'i. And now let's roll up onto the balls of the feet. Good, just waking up those feet. Good, finding a balance point, and let's count to 10. E kahi, e lua, e kolu, e ha, e lima, e ono, e iku, e walu, Kumu Ke Aloha, that's Doris, to come and join me here. And let's do hula lima nani. Aloha, okay, e huli. Kaholo. Okala, the sun. Okala, okala. Kamahina. Na oku. Na oku hele. Amai kamakani. Ike au kapai okua. Iho mai kahuala. Ina pali. Iho mai kahuala. Ina pali. Kaholo. Aloha aina. Aloha aina. Nahokupuani. Ike kai. Ione hana. E alona bua. Aloha ia. Iho mai ke anuenue I kalani. Iho mai ke anuenue I kalani. Mahalo nui, mahalo nui. So in the time that we're not quite able to gather together, I hope that you can feel all of the love that is beaming out from this space today. Okay, yeah. So I grew up in Kailua. I was really fortunate to grow up with the ocean to my front and the Ko'olau Mountains to my back. I went to Kainalu Elementary School, and I wrote this next song, Kanani o Kailua, just honoring my childhood home and how Kailua is perfectly framed between the mountains and the sea. For those of you who've been joining me for Olelo Hawaii classes, I hope you enjoy my greeting. Let's take a look at Kailua and E Hula Mai Kako. Aloha mai kako, o Malia ko'i ula o ka waole hua hele la ko uinoa. No Kailua mai au, aia ho'i au ma Kailua nei. Aloha everybody, I'm here in Kailua and I'm just so happy to share a little bit of what it was like to grow up here. Here is Kailua Beach that is edged so beautifully in the distance by the Ko'olau Mountains. I hope you enjoy. Let's dance together. Ike kanani o Kailua, ike kainalu e pahe ana. Ike kanani o Kailua, ike kainalu e pahe ana. Ahe kamakani malanai, I ka holu na pe o ka lau o kaniu. Ahe kamakani malanai, I ka holu na pe o ka lau o kaniu. E ka halaona ona I ka maluona pali ko olau. Ulua e ka halaona ona I ka maluona pali ko olau. Aina I kanani o Kailua I ke kainalu e pahe ana. Aina I kanani o Kailua I ka maluona pali ko olau. Oia. So true story. Did you see all those bicycles going by? At one point I was dancing and somebody rode by on their bicycle and said, Kumu Malia! I have no idea who they were. They were masked. All right, so we spend so much time near the ocean whenever we can. There's a song that shares so much of our love for the ocean. He ho'oheno, ke ike aku. I'd love to see ke kai moana nui, the great big ocean. And so from Kailua, we're going to take a little holoholo just up the coast to Kaneohe, and let's dance Ka'uluwehi o ke kai, e hula kākou. Ka'uluwehi o ke kai speaks of our great love for the ocean, and it also talks about the many different varieties of seaweed, the lipoa, the limukohu, as well as the lipalu, all growing together just as friends should. So enjoy, let's dance together.
He ho'o heno ke ike aku ke kai moana nui la nui ke aloha e hi'i poine me ke ala o ka lipoa He ho'o heno ke ike aku ke kai moana nui la nui ke aloha me ke ala o ka lipoa He lipoa e pai ke one hinu hinu la Vela I kala ke ia e mai mana o he pono ke ia
There's nothing quite like dancing a song about the ocean right next to the ocean. I think the only thing that is more wonderful and enjoyable and pleasing is just to dance to live music. Now, dancing to live music is very special, but dancing next to the ocean, it is truly a beautiful experience because, like my hula teacher always taught me, she said, Malia, go to the places that you dance about, because when you dance, you carry that recollection, you remember, and you can express yourself in a much more authentic and a truer way. And so just as much as I love dancing next to the ocean, I also love going up to the mountains and dancing up in the mountains. In the beginning with the Oli Aloha, that chant of loving welcome that I opened with, we talk about the mountain. So Ka'ala, on this island of Oahu, Waialeale on Kauai, Mauna Kea on the Big Island. The reference to the mountains, it just talks of the honor and esteem that we have for our beloved places and our just beloved people. And so as we journey from the mountains, just a little bit up from Kaneohe, there's a vantage that we're able to see the expanse of the Ko'olau Mountains. And so we're going to be dancing Leihalia next under just the background canopy of the Ko'olau Mountains. So e hula mai kako, let's enjoy. Let's dance Leihalia. Oh, morning dew. Thank you, thank you. Yes, we're going to do morning dew first, and then we'll do Leihalia. He ku morning dew, alia mai, maliu mai oe, ika Ikali mai oe, ia uni, ogo I hono me ke, aloha. A Kumu morning dew. I loved this particular performance. It was our second opportunity to dance together from our own virtual spaces, and I just want to share that for some of those dancers, that was their very first hula performance, and so it really shows that just that level of connection that we could share something like that. A very first hula performance, even though we are dancing at a distance, we're still dancing together. And so, yes, a Kumu morning dew, what a wonderful memory. Now we're going to go to the vista, the vantage of the Ko'olau Mountains, and let's enjoy Leihalia. The Ko'olau Mountains were the backdrop of my childhood. From where I'm standing now, I'm directly in front of Mokapu to the ocean, and I can see the vantage from Kualoa all the way across to Lanihuli and Konahuanui. This view is so important to me as a hula dancer because I understand when I place a pa'u onto my body, I'm carrying the grace and the beauty and the strength of the mountains. You can see that the folds of the pa'u skirt match the folds of the mountains all the way down, and so this view is so important to me because it just strengthens that sense of connection and grounding that we have through hula. By connecting to nature, we can bring that even within our own selves.
He ahu olani huli no kanoi o nuanu nu alia I ka poe pali I ka pa I ki mai o ke konae he ohu I ka leihalia alama bui ke anu hea hea mai ke anu moe 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 malie I ta polie Papalua I ke kilihuna kilihea kaliko hakihi Kihimanu Kihipea me kamaile
Okay, so it's wonderful that we had that vantage. So where I was dancing, the mountain peak that's closest to me, that's Konahuanui, the highest point on the Ko'olau mountain range. And then the next mountain peak over to the side is Lanihuli. And between those two peaks is the Pali Tunnel, Old Pali Road, the New Pali. That is where we go between Kailua and town. And so the next song, Kawailele o Nu'uanu, it just really makes me think of, with such love, makes me think of my dad. So if you were here at the beginning when I played Pohai Ke Aloha, which makes me think of my mom, this next song makes me think of my dad. And I am so grateful just for my family's love and support and just encouragement in hula. One additional thing, we're really fortunate to have Greg Hutton do the cinematography for this next song. And what I love about the video footage is I feel like he really captured what I see when I go up to Nu'uanu. That road that I'm dancing on, that's the Old Pali Road that I have driven so many times, taking the long way, taking the Old Pali Road. And so to be able to share this with all of you, it really is a picture right out of my heart. So please enjoy Kawailele o Nu'uanu. When the composer, Jay Kauka, was just a student at Kamehameha schools, his father would drive him from Lanikai over the Pali to school at Kamehameha, and the father would say, "Look for the waterfall." And after the father's passing, that waterfall became symbolic of that continuous love, because that waterfall is always there. And when I was young and a student at Kamehameha, my father would drive us from Kailua to Kamehameha schools, and he would always tell me, "Malia, look for the waterfall." And I feel such a connection to the song because of that. I just watched that footage and it's like I'm right there. So beautiful. So there are so many different kinds of journeys that we can take, right? We can dance a hula and remember a place. We can literally go traveling around places, and we can also do a journey of sound. So I'm going to invite you all to come to Aloha Hula Supply with me and just take a journey of sound and learn a little bit about what goes into choosing the perfect ipu. So enjoy.
E kahi, e lua, e kolu, e ha, o mā kaukau, ai! E aloha, e aloha i, e aloha mai, ke malama i ka ohana e malama ka kou i ke aune. Here is love, it's coming out to you. Here is love returning back to me. When we care for our family, we are sharing love with every living thing. Ke malama i ka ohana e malama ka kou i ke aune ua pau.
So after a while, it can sound like the ipus are remarkably similar, but at the same time, they might sound similar, but they feel really, really different. So for example, how we hold it, there's a certain feeling with your hand around the neck of the ipu that either fits or it doesn't. And then of course there's the weight of it, whether it's light and resonant or if it's going to be heavier and thicker, which tends to be a little bit more dull sounding. And then there's the feeling of actually sounding the ipu. Does it hurt your hand or not? And then finally it's the sound. Does the sound remain in the air when you sound the ipu? Does it remain or does it just dissipate right away? So these down here are the first pass where we decided these were not going to be selected. This is the second round and this is our current best. So I'm just going to go through and sound each one. That one's lovely but heavy. Again, the heaviness makes it very hard on the hand, and some of them just don't have that resonance. This one's lovely, but the neck is a little bit awkward to hold. Oh, see that? I can feel the resonance in my hand. And this was a last minute addition. Yeah. These are like sisters. Oh, very, yeah, this one. This is a beautiful. Everybody's gonna have their favorite, and this one is mine. All right, so we've got our 8, and we're getting ready to take them home. So have you ever wondered what's on the inside of an ipu? At least the inside of a handle. It's simply just tied into a knot. And I'm going to put my tool through the puka. And out she comes. Okay, oh yeah, everybody grab your ipus. We are heading out to Kewalo Beach Park next. E hula mai kako me ka ipu. Aloha mai kako, velina mai e kipa mai ma Kewalo ne. Aloha everybody, we're here at Kewalo Beach Park, and I wanted to bring you here because this is where Vaea goes to surf. He's actually surfing right now, but I just wanted to take this moment and thank everybody who's purchased a pa'u skirt from him for supporting Vaea. It means so much to us. Here we have the most incredible view of Le'ahi or Lai'ahi, which is sometimes called Kaimanahila, often called Diamond Head, and we can see Waikīkī in the distance. It's a beautiful setting, and I hope you enjoy dancing Green Rose Hula with me here today. Aloha! it might seem a little bit odd, the framing of these hula videos, right? It's not a typical performance where I'm dancing for you. This is an invitation to come and dance together with me. And so as we move from Kewalo out to Waikīkī that we had seen from a distance, once again, I'm going to invite you just to join me and dance together. We're going to Queen Liliuokalani's garden in Waikīkī, and I just wanted to share a quick story about my tutu Emma. So a while back, my dad realized that she was actually living and going to school at St. Andrew's Priory when Liliuokalani, our queen, was still living at Washington Place. And my dad started thinking, I wonder if Tutu ever saw the queen. And so he asked her, Tutu, did you ever see the queen? And she said, yeah, I used to steal her flowers. And my dad said, what? You stole the queen's flowers? And come to find out that at St. Andrew's Priory, the girls would sing, the choir would perform, and often Queen Liliuokalani would go to the school to enjoy the performance of the girls. Now, of course, when the queen came to their school, they wanted to give a lei for Liliuokalani, but they didn't have any nice flowers at the school. Now, right next door was the Queen's house, Washington Place, with an incredible garden. And so she would go and jump over the gate, and she would go steal the flowers, string them into a lei, and then give that lei to the Queen. So the Queen received her own flowers in a lei. This next song, Makalapua, talks about the women who gather baskets of flowers for the Queen. And I often think of my tutu Emma, this is my great-grandmother, but I also think about the supporters of the Queen. After the overthrow of the Hawaiian government in 1893, a few years later, the Queen was imprisoned in Iolani Palace. And she was not allowed any news from the outside, and her supporters would gather flowers. They would wrap the newspaper of the day, the day's newspaper, around the flowers, put plain paper, and then give those flowers to the Queen. And in that way, the Queen was able to read the support of her people, as well as get to know the news. And so as we dance about the women who gather baskets of flowers, I think about my tutu Emma, I think about the supporters of the Queen, and I think about all the things that we do to string leis of memory, of history, of beauty, and of remembrance. So let's dance together, Makalapua, a lei song for Queen Liliuokalani. There are many mele that honor Queen Liliuokalani. As a composer, she would come here to Waikīkī to her estate called Pauakalani, which had the most beautifully fragrant gardens. And so it seems appropriate that we honor her here in Waikīkī that was home to such beautiful creativity. This is Makalapua, the abundantly flowering garden.
O Makalapua uluma hie hie o ka lei o ka makaeha no ka makaeha ka lei Dalia wahine, naka wahine, ki hene pua. Elei, oh.
Oh, so did everybody notice those white hibiscus? That was the most incredibly blossoming koki'oke'okeo. That's a native Hawaiian hibiscus that has a really lovely fragrance. Many hibiscus don't have much of a fragrance. My mom was in the corner asking, Malia, where's that park? And so it's right near Kapiolani Park. I couldn't find a name for this little park, but it's at the base of Montserrat, between the zoo and Kapiolani Park. So it's a garden that is just so beautiful. We're going to continue just a little bit further into Waikīkī to dance with the song called Waikīkī. And I hope that you notice as I'm dancing the ocean. The ocean in the distance is just so incredibly gentle. And so as we dance Waikīkī, I hope you can enjoy not just the music and the dancing, but also the surroundings, because we're coming to the end of our journey together. So let us embark upon Waikīkī and a hula kākou. Waikīkī has long been known as an area of tremendous power and healing. Queen Liliuokalani's estate here included Hamo, which is an area of beach known for its gentle and soothing waves that were just so healing to the spirit. Liliuokalani was beloved for sharing her land with anybody who wanted to come and partake in that healing. I hope you enjoy dancing here with me in Waikīkī.
There's a feeling deep in my heart, stabbing at me just like a dart. It's a feeling heavenly. I see memories out of the past, memories that always will last, of a place beside the sea. Waikīkī. At night when the shadows are falling, I hear your rolling surf calling, calling and calling to me. Waikīkī. 'Tis for you that my heart is yearning. My thoughts are always returning out there to you across the sea. Your tropic nights and your wonderful charms are ever in my memory. And I recall when I held in my arms an angel sweet and Waikīkī. My whole life is empty without you. I miss that magic about you, magic beside the sea, magic of Waikīkī, magic of Waikīkī.
Mahalo nui, everybody, for joining me today. A lei is a combination of so many parts. There's the gathering, there's the weaving, there's so many parts of a lei, just like there are many parts of a performance. So I just want to take this moment to welcome everybody who's had a part in allowing me to share a little bit about hula, sharing music and videos. So we just, from our hearts to you, sending so much aloha, mahalo nui loa. May this moment just continue to last in our memories. We're going to go ahead and close now with a Hawaiian lullaby. Mahalo nui, everybody. Hawaiian lullaby truly is a song that captures so much of what it's like to live here in Hawaii. And so if you visited and had the chance to see a rainbow, to smell the beautiful flowers, then I hope you feel the spirit of this song. So we're going to close today with Hawaiian lullaby. Well.